Welcome, everyone, to Cedar Hill, Tennessee, as the Jo Byrns Lady Red Devils get set to take on the Gordonsville Tigerettes. It is the Region 4 1A championship game right here on UCR. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay for today's broadcast. These two teams very familiar with each other in the last few seasons. Of course, have met in the region championship for the last few years, met in the state championship last year, and the Gordonsville Tigerettes have gotten the better of Jo Byrns quite a few times over the last 3 years.
They certainly have. Gordonsville's gotten the better of most everybody, and for the Tigerettes, they're looking for business as usual. Get another region title, avoid South Pitt, get a home sub-state game in their quest for a three-peat. New look for Jo Byrns. Weren't expecting this. Different pitcher in the circle. See if the Tigerettes can adjust and get out to an early lead.
Same lineup for the Tigerettes. Kat Johnson leads it off. Kaylee Plumley will bat second. Abby Brinkley in the third spot with Bailey Stewart cleaning it up. Laura Thompson will bat fifth with Mackenzie Herron batting sixth. Here's the first pitch to Johnson. That one is low and inside for ball one. Callie Dillard, Kaylin Robertson, Camry Johnson batting 7, 8, and 9. In the circle for Jo Byrns is Lauren Vaughn. This is just her fourth start of the season. She comes in only throwing 7 1/3 innings this year. That one is a called strike across. Evens the count up at 1 apiece.
And she has started against some big names. She started against CPA, so she's gotten out there against some of these big teams, and we'll see how long she goes. Has not gone very deep into games for a Jo Byrns team that likes to row through the arms.
The 1-1. Misses downstairs. 2 balls and a strike here to Johnson, who was up in the box against Vaughn. And we'll see what Coach Head has in store in terms of pitchers for this game. Of course, Yates and Lucas, she'll go with them multiple times throughout the season. That one misses outside, and it's 3-1 to the leadoff batter for the Tigerettes.
Exactly what you expect to see out of the freshman out of California. Taking pitches, making her throw. You want to give some info to Kaylee Plumley on deck and everybody in that Gordonsville dugout. What does it look like coming out of her hand?
Tigerettes shortstop steps in 3-1. A big swing. That one's fouled back, and the count runs full to lead it off. Just getting started here in the Region 4 Single A Championship game. Glad to have you along. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from live. The UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS Network today. Vaughn ready to go. Here is the payoff, and she swings at it upstairs. It's a strikeout to start it off for Lauren Vaughn in the circle.
And very tough to get Kat Johnson out. She's on base 50% of the time, but a good mix of pitches. Not overpowering with the velocity. A little wild at times, but keeping the Tigerettes off balance. Now we'll see. They made the mistake in the state championship game. Are they going to do it again here?
They're going to pitch to Kaylee Plumley early on in this one. That one is upstairs for ball one.
And I'm sorry, it's just the wrong decision. I don't even care if they get her out. It's the wrong decision. You're 0-0. You're at home. Don't give them an opportunity to take momentum. Kaylee Plumley can do that with one swing, and she'll try to crack a windshield out in center field.
She had a 3-run shot in their region semifinal game against East Robertson. That one misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
And you know, we saw East Robertson walk her in the first inning, and then it was over in the second at 10-0. They pitched to her, and she hit that 3-run shot. It's just the most dangerous bat in single-A softball.
Here comes the 2-0. That one misses for ball 3.
A little bit up, and now green light special for Plumley. We'll see what the right-hander has in the circle for her.
Struck out Johnson to lead it off, was behind 3-1. Here's the 3-0 to Plumley. That one misses for ball 4, and Plumley finds her way aboard.
Yeah, good AB for Kaylee Plumley. Doesn't chase anything out of the zone, a 4-pitch walk. And the Tigerettes going to try and get some of that early inning magic that they've had all season long.
Callie Underwood comes on to run for Plumley over at first base. Abby Brinkley will come to the plate. A little conversation from Plumley before she steps in the batter's box.
Very interesting, though. Jo Byrns with the arms today, and we kind of talked about what are they doing, not going with their typical 2. Neither one of them was even warming up. It was 3 pitchers who have not thrown a lot. And so is it the white flag? Is it just trying to change it up? Is it, hey, if we see him again in the state championship game, we don't want them to have seen him, but they've already seen the 2 arms dating back several years.
Yeah, you go back to 2023 in the region title game. They met there. Gordonsville won at 5-0. They met again in the state semifinals to get into the championship game. Gordonsville won that game 5-3. Last year, really good region title game. It was 3-2 in this round. It went to 8 innings, and Gordonsville was able to walk it off and then beat them 11-1 in 5 innings in the championship game, thanks to the Callie Dillard home run.
Gordonsville teams won 25 games in a row. 1 loss on the season. They avenged it in dominant fashion later on.
That one's upstairs, and it's 3-0 here to Abby Brinkley, and Vaughn has struggled to find the strike zone early on. She does have the strikeout to Johnson for the 1 out. Jo Byrns 4 wins in a row. They did beat Clay County, had to come back to do it, but got it done 3-2 yesterday.
7 straight balls thrown here.
And watching the whole way, Brinkley. That one's in there for a called strike.
Yeah, the bat never left her shoulder.
So 3-1 here to Brinkley. It's 3 straight batters with a 3-ball count. Vaughn will look to the dugout. Runner on first is Underwood for the Tigerettes with a 1 away here in the top of the first. Swung on, right side, that one through. Underwood takes a turn. She's looking for 3. Held up, now they're going to send her. Throw coming into second.
Goodness
Underwood
gracious.
scores all the way from first. And Abby Brinkley gets the job done early on.
A great job by Brinkley, and I'm sorry, Jo Byrns is really going to want that one back. It was bobbled in the outfield, then took a while to get in. A little bit lackadaisical, and this is a Gordonsville team. Once they sense it, they are going home, and a great start for the Tigerettes on the road, getting that early momentum.
Going with a run batted in for that one?
Absolutely not. Okay. A run and an error. Probably a couple of errors in the outfield, but we'll go 1.
So a single for Brinkley. It does bring the run home. She's on first base, and Bailey Stewart's at the plate.
No PD today. That means I get to do the stats, and that is absolutely not an RBI. Sorry to Abby for that one.
You can see the Tigerettes way up in the box here early on against Vaughn. That one called strike in the outside corner, and now ahead 0-2 on Bailey Stewart.
I mean, that's one, could have been an out in the infield. It got through, and a runner at first. There's just no way she should be able to come around and score, but she does, and the Tigerettes were ready for it.
Comes the 0-2 to Stewart. That one's upstairs for ball 1. It is Paisley Woody over there at second base who gave an effort added under her glove and into the outfield. In the infield for Jo Byrns today, at third base is Riley Range. Shortstop is Kalia Lucas. Mentioned the second baseman Paisley Woody. Over at first base is Callie Yates. That one's outside. They'll check behind the runner. Back in safely. 2-2.
And this is what Gordonsville's been so good at this year. Working counts, and then when they get 2 outs, which they don't have yet, they don't blink. They've done a ton of damage with 2 outs and just forcing pressure on the opponent in a variety of different ways.
2-2. Popped up and out of play. We'll try it again. In the outfield for the Lady Red Devils, Miley Head is in right field. Center fielder is Faith Holt, and in left is Ella Risha.
Risha tanked one yesterday against the Lady Dogs.
Obviously, it was a very big help. They were down 2-0 in that game thanks to Baylor Walden. That one misses for ball 3, and the count runs full for the second time in 4 batters.
Another great eye that time. That slower velo, so you get a tick at it, but you got to kind of take a second before deciding to swing or not.
Brinkley stands on first after the single. 3-2 here to Stewart. Vaughn brings it home. Swing and a miss. It's another K for Lauren Vaughn.
Yeah, really nice job battling back. Probably for Vaughn out there, she's thinking, hey, this should be 0-0 right now, but she's able to put it behind her, gets right back in, and that's a really big punch out.
1-0 lead right now for the Tigerettes with Laura Thompson coming to the plate. Has been one of the more productive hitters here in this 5 spot. Swings at the first pitch CC's, and it's up and out of play.
Yeah, and she's really done a nice job of just kind of hitting it where they are. Little bloopers all over the yard, left field, right field. Not hitting for a ton of power right now over the last couple of weeks, but she's putting it in play.
Mackenzie Herron stands on deck. She'd love to have a chance here in this inning. The 0-1 downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike here to Thompson.
Mark Randolph from Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's tuning in. One of our longest-running all-inclusive sponsors at UCR. We so appreciate them. And Circle Driving all good.
1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, good layoff there. You can tell she wanted it, but able to hold off.
Today's Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. Been our presenting sponsor of postseason baseball and softball.
Good eye.
3-1 now to Laura Thompson at the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Already a run across for the Tigerettes. That one popped up, playable behind the dish, trying to find it as the first baseman able to make the catch from her spot is Callie Yates. A nice play and able to get out of the inning. 1 run across for the Tigerettes. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship. It's presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Kaylee Plumlee in the circle for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. Normally good things happen when she is in the circle for the Tigerettes, who are 32-1 on the season. Of course, winners of back-to-back state titles. Trying to make it 3 in a row coming up this season. It starts right here in the Region 4 Single A Championship to set up a home sub-state game a little bit later on this week.
She's the GOAT in Upper Cumberland softball. She's the best to ever do it, looking for another dominant outing. The 2-time state champion.
Miley Head leads it off for Jo Byrns, and then Riley Raines and Kalia Lucas will be behind her, due up here in the first. First pitch in there for a called strike. A little bit different from right here at this angle.
That is upper 60s. Going to pitch at the University of Tennessee. Has an opportunity to pitch as a freshman next year. One of the prize commits for the Lady Vols.
Head the right fielder for the Lady Red Devils. Steps in. Here's the 0-1.
Where did
Bottom
that
part
miss?
of the zone just misses for ball 1.
Well, you also have to say this early. Probably the hardest the umpire's ever seen a softball thrown at him. So it takes an adjustment as well, sometimes behind the plate.
Plumlee ready to go. The lefty rocks and fires the 1-1. This is upstairs. 2 balls and a strike here to Head. Already a run across for the Tigerettes. They lead 1-0 as Abby Brinkley was able to put it in play, and Callie Underwood scored all the way from first base. The 2-1.
Good pitch.
There's a called strike, even the count of a 2 apiece.
Yeah, she's been hanging that lower part of the zone right now, bringing it right to left. Haven't seen the rise ball yet. It's her knockout pitch. Is it time?
2-2 here to Head. Plumlee delivers home.
Yep.
Went with it. Missed upstairs. Didn't offer, and the count runs full.
Well, and it's a Jo Byrns team that has seen Kaylee Plumlee. She's been much more accurate this year, but they know got to be careful. That rise ball is probably coming with 2 strikes. She's done a lot more fastballs in 2 straight counts the last couple of weeks, however.
Here is the payoff.
Like that.
And that one's downstairs. It's a leadoff walk for Miley Head, who reaches base.
It's a good job by Head. Plumlee trying to figure out the zone. That one misses low, so a really nice job. And for Jo Byrns, let one get across. Probably shouldn't have. They'd love to get it back here in a hurry and try and turn this into a 7-inning fight.
So the third baseman, Riley Raines, will step in now with a runner on first. Look at this defensive alignment for Gordonsville, playing in on the corners. Second baseman Roberts all the way over at first base, playing that position. That's a foul ball on the bunt. And it's 0-1. This is where you're going to try to manufacture anything you can across if you're Jo Byrns. Of course, fell in this game last year to Gordonsville 3-2. It was 2-2 after 7 innings.
And this is different this year because that other region, South Pittsburgh, Kilgore in the circle is nasty. You really don't want to go there, and we anticipate they are a favorite tonight over Whitwell.
Another bunt, that one, another foul ball, and it's 0-2 here to Raines.
Felt last year like whoever the 2 teams that make it out of here had a great chance to make it to state and go on a run. They both did, obviously. This year, if you're Jo Byrns, you know you've probably got 2 chances against 2 of the top 5 teams in the state. Gordonsville sits all alone atop. You're going to have to win one of them to get into the spring flame.
Here comes the 0-2 to Raines. Watches that one go by, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And like you said, obviously you've scouted Plumlee well. They've also seen her a lot over the last few years. Expecting that rise ball on 2 strikes. Runner on first after the leadoff walk to Head. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, she went around. It is the first strikeout of the day for Kaylee Plumlee in the first out of the inning here in the bottom of 1.
Can I make a bold prediction? It will not be her last strikeout of the day.
Pretty bold.
But I think that's another example. You're expecting that rise ball, and you start to see that check swing because you realize it's a fastball. It's a little too late.
Kalia Lucas, the shortstop, stepping in for the first time against Plumlee. Swings at the first pitch she sees out to right field. Drops in front of the right fielder. Runner was not going. Throw to second. They get the force out there, so it works out for the Tigerettes. Head stayed at first. She thought it was going to be caught out and right by Camry Johnson. That is right into the sun, so Johnson lets it fall and gets the out over at second base.
I don't think the field umpire quite realized what was going on. He looked really confused as he kind of half-heartedly signaled it out, but it was a really good play by Gordonsville, and that's unfortunate for Jo Byrns because that's just really hard hit, and so you had that little pause thinking, is that going to get caught on a line? It didn't, and you end up getting the lead runner.
One across for strike one to Elarisha. And I guess technically a single there, even though you still got the runner out at second base.
Single, and then you get the runner out. And again, that's just unfortunate for Jo Byrns because I think she probably does the right thing. If that gets caught, then everyone's saying, why did you get doubled up?
Here's the 0-1 to Risha. Swings at that one, fouls it up and out of play, and it's 0-2. And with 2 outs and a runner on first. Plumlee trying to get the bats back to the plate with a 1-0 lead.
And Plumlee so effective. Has the leadoff base runner on. She doesn't blink. Gets right back in there. Those are good stuff. It was a good swing by Lucas, but right at it in right field.
0-2 here to Risha with 2 away in the bottom of 1. Plumlee fires it home. Does an offer at the rise ball, and it's 1-2. And again, this has been the difference for Plumlee this year. Has been ahead in these counts, so she can go to that rise ball a lot more and still be ahead at 1-2. That's where we're at here with a runner on first and 2 away. Lefty fires it home. Out to right. Johnson has it for out number 3. Base runner left aboard for Jo Byrns. It's a 1-0 lead through 1 for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship game presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Back here, Jo Byrns, start of the second inning. The Tigerettes back to the plate. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Mackenzie Herron, Callie Dillard, and Kaylin Roberts for Gordonsville. Still taking on Lauren Vaughn in the circle for the Red Devils. That one across for strike one to Mackenzie Herron.
I pick up on some stuff, and Gordonsville has been the beneficiary of a generous zone, so to speak, the last couple of games. Early on, Jo Byrns has been the beneficiary of a little generous zone.
That one falls in the dirt, and it's 1-1 here to Mackenzie Herron. Had a couple of base runners to Jo Byrns in that first inning, but left stranded at first and thrown out at second base as well. After the leadoff walk, a single in there. That one misses low, and it's 2 balls and a strike here to Mackenzie Herron. For the Tigerettes, Plumlee reached on the walk, and then Callie Underwood scored on the single by Abby Brinkley to right field. Got a little bit of help from the Jo Byrns defense in there. This one popped up in the infield, trying to find its second baseman, Woody. She's got it for out number 1.
And it's been a lot of weak contact so far. Vaughn's doing a nice job in the circle for the Lady Red Devils, so we wondered, certainly didn't expect her to be going, but she's doing a really nice job to this point, just down 1-0.
Gordonsville baseball, an update for them. They're playing down at Whitwell. This game started at 5 o'clock. They're in the top of the 7th already. It is 0-0. Gordonsville to the plate right now, and Mr. Bennett, he's got a nice little game going.
Colton Bennett's doing really well, let's put it that way.
They need to run across, though.
Yes, we believe in jinxes, so what to say he's playing well.
Here's the 1-0. That one's right there for strike one to Callie Dillard. Vaughn has done pretty well here, especially after the first 4 batters she faced, all 3 ball counts. Make that 5. This one popped up and out of play, and it's 1-2 now to Callie Dillard.
Well, she's building confidence out there. That you can tell. I mean, she's throwing downhill now, trusting her stuff. Her defense has made a play behind her there after a disaster. I mean, this game should be scoreless. It absolutely should be scoreless. So they bounce back in the field as well. So Jo Byrns team that wants it to look like last year's region championship game, not like the state championship game.
Here's the 1-2. Sat back on it, stopped at third, throw to first is in time. That's a great play by Riley Raines over at third for the second out of the inning.
Great play by Raines, as you said, to just smack it down, has to make the longest throw in the infield, does it on a line, and that's a big 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Devils defense.
So Kaylin Roberts will come to the plate. We expected to see either Yates or Lucas in the circle, and we still could a little bit later on. Vaughn has not gone more than 3 innings in any start this season.
Well, Jo Byrns rolls them. I mean, they change pitchers all the time. So we'll see if this game stays close as we move later. Of course, the Tigerettes, they put up a big number in a hurry, but if it stays close later, is that when you start to see some of those kind of top 2 arms for the Lady Devils?
Kaylin Roberts is at the plate, fouled off that first pitch. That one's in there for a called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2 here to Roberts with 2 outs in the top of 2. Vaughn trying to work a quick inning. Roberts got just a piece to stay alive.
Barely tipped it.
A little bit out in front on the low and inside pitch. Sun beating down. A little bit later start time. 6 o'clock start time here in Cedar Hill.
Yeah, Vaughn's got the glasses on underneath the mask.
The 0-2. High in the air to left. That one drifting towards foul territory, and the catch is made by Ella Risha in left field. And a nice catch and a quick 3 up, 3 down inning for the Jo Byrns defense. They're coming back to the plate with 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of 2. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1-0 lead for the Gordonsville Tigerettes going here in the bottom of the second. The Region 4 Single A Championship. These two teams have been mainstays in this game. Clay County gave a really good run against Jo Byrns. Obviously, they played 3 innings, got to the top of the 4th here on Monday, then got postponed to yesterday, and Jo Byrns was able to come back and win it 3-2 in 7.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing that could have happened. Definitely the worst thing that could have happened to the Lady Dogs because they had that 2-run shot from Walden. They're feeling really good. They had the lead, and then Jo Byrns was able to reset, come back the next day on a dry field, and oh my goodness, that was a heater from Kaylee Plumley.
Faith Holt leads it off. She's the center fielder, and then Callie Yates and McKinley Arnold do up here in the inning.
We've been in the outfield the last couple of weeks. It's always a little adjustment to watch.
Just a little bit.
Kaylee fire that thing in there.
Plumley ready to go with the 0-1. Lefty fires it in. That one's outside for ball 1. I tell you what, on the other side, Lauren Vaughn has done a really good job. Now retired 5 in a row of the Tigerettes batters. She gets to face 9-1-2 coming up. We'll see if there's a change with that top of the lineup coming up next. The 1-1. Bunt shown, pulled back. It's ball 2.
Kaylee's a little bit wild here to start. It's not exactly the dominance we've seen the past few weeks for her. It's more of what we saw maybe last year. So she's trying to rally it back home here and fire some strikes.
Comes the 2-1 to Holt.
That's a good pitch.
That one's in there for a called strike, 2-2.
Yeah, she had no intention of actually bunting that. She was pulling back the whole time because that's right down Main Street. Really nice pitch by Kaylee Plumley.
Well, for the Tigerettes, it has been a while since they have played an away game back on April 28th. It's the last time they've gone on the road. That one just outside on 2-2, and the count runs full.
Yeah, hosting the district tournament, that first round of the region as well. So they thought they may be able to, if Clay County was able to pull it off, we're going to be back at Crump Paris Park. Instead, they got to take the long road trip here to Cedar Hill.
3-2 here to the leadoff batter in the bottom of the second. Payoff. Upstairs, it's another walk to the leadoff batter for Jo Byrns. The second walk of the day issued by Kaylee Plumley.
And she was looking for the rise ball, and again, Jo Byrns has seen it, so they know that pitch usually ends out of the zone. Kaylee's got to be careful today throwing that pitch with 3 balls because it appears they're sitting on a lot of 2-strike pitches. An opportunity for some fastballs to get strike 3. We saw that in the last inning. See if she gets back to it here.
Callie Yates, who we could see at some point in the circle, steps in for the first time to the plate. With a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of 2. Lefty on lefty. Popped up and back towards the football field.
She is way back in the box. I mean, she's standing next to the umpire.
As would I.
Yes, same. Give yourself a little more time. Good crowd tuning in. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Facebook, YouTube, and the network tonight.
The 0-1.
Where did
Just
that miss?
misses outside.
As I was saying in the top half.
Runner on first is Holt. Worked the walk on the 3-2. 1-1 here to Yates. As Plumley tries to settle in. Brings it home. Fouled off again, and it's 1-2. Interesting, we saw the last time they had a runner on first, they tried to bunt her into scoring position. This time swinging away is Yates. Of course, she does have a good amount of power.
Now, 1-2, you can go to that rise ball if you want it.
Yeah. We'll see what Plumley decides to do on 1-2. Fires it in. Goes to the rise ball all the way to the backstop. Stewart grabs, and taking second base will be Holt. It is 2-2, but now a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the second.
And Jo Byrns doing a great job of tracking the rise ball. They haven't swung at it yet. The strikeout she got was on a check swing on a fastball, so you almost got to dare her to touch it at this point and wait and come back to that maybe later on in the ball game.
Plumley with the 2-2. Rise ball again, doesn't offer, and it runs full for the second straight batter here in the second.
Again, they've done such a good job tracking that pitch. Fastball's been good. They haven't touched it yet outside of Lucas, able to put a good swing on it. So 3-2, don't want to lose her.
Runner on second, first base is open, nobody out here in the second. Payoff.
There it is.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Got Yates to look at it. Big strikeout for Kaylee Plumley, and the second one of the day.
Yeah, and this is where Kaylee can start to use it to her advantage because they're expecting the rise ball. That fastball starts right at the belt, and it ends right there. No swing because you think it's going to be out of the zone. Easy for called strike 3.
That'll bring the catcher, McKinley Arnold, to the plate for the first time with a runner on second base and one out. Runner off the bag a little bit at second. That one called strike on the bottom part. It is 0-1. Holt's trying to bounce around there at second base. Catch the attention of Stewart behind the plate. Comes the 0-1 to Arnold. That one is upstairs. They do throw behind the runner to Johnson at short. And just to make sure Holt gets back in time, it's 1-1.
And Holt, she wants them to make a mistake. The problem is Bailey Stewart behind the dish is so good. And if you try to take third, good luck because you got Plumley firing the highest velocity in the class and then a great catcher as well.
1-1. Bunch shown, a foul ball, and the count goes to 1-2.
And now let's see. Where's the mindset for Stewart behind the plate and for Plumley in this circle? Is this where she stays in and says, you know what? No, forget this. I'm going to go to my rise ball. This is the pitch I get you with and build confidence that way? Or does she dial in with another fastball?
On 1-2, she went to the rise ball and missed upstairs from Stewart, and that's what led to Holt reaching second base. Where does she go to here with one out? The 1-2.
Yes.
Fastball doesn't get the call, and it's 2-2 anyways.
It's a great pitch. That's exactly what you want. Don't get the call, as you said. I'm not sure where, but
yeah, we don't have the best angle today.
But no swing. No swing for Jo Byrns.
2-2 here to Arnold. Brings it home. Called strike 3. Back-to-back looking K's. And there's 2 outs in the inning.
And this is just the experience of the Tigerettes, the experience for these two in this battery for Gordonsville, and just recognizing, okay, they're taking 2-strike pitches. So let's not give them anything. Put a fastball right over to the plate, and if they swing, more power to you.
The 8th batter, Lauren Vaughn, will step in. Runner in scoring position with 2 away. Way behind on the fastball, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, she gets to the bottom half of the order, and you can throw that fastball at will because the odds of anybody touching it, it's the fastest fastball this young lady's ever seen in her life. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. So here comes the heat.
0-1 here to Vaughn. Plumlee.
Good job.
A little bit closer that time. Fouled it off. It's 0-2.
And this is the one area where Jo Byrns is already showing it. They have played close with Gordonsville. A lot of teams that have played them a bunch of times haven't played close. They have, so that intimidation factor isn't there, and they're doing a really nice job of working these counts, getting a little contact, and staying alive.
0-2 to Vaughn with a runner on second base. 2 away in the inning. Plumlee delivers home. This is up and away. And the count goes to 1-2. Holt still bouncing around at second base. Johnson just kind of stands right behind her just in case Stewart wants to throw down.
Johnson and Stewart are on the same wavelength. Johnson's a natural catcher, so it's an interesting dynamic there.
Plumlee with the 1-2. Fouled it off. And we'll try it again.
Good swing. Balance, stay alive.
Really interested to see what Jo Byrns does coming up in the next inning. 9-1-2 due up for Gordonsville. If Vaughn stays out there to face the lineup the second time through, or if it's Yates or Lucas coming in.
Or somebody else.
Plumlee the 1-2 again. And another foul ball. Good battle working here by Vaughn.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. Great job. Fouling off pitches, but again, it's been late. A little bit behind.
We'll see if she's able to time it up a little bit better after fouling off about 3 in a row. Or if Plumlee goes with one of those rise balls as well. 1-2. Went down low. Stewart a pump fake and just back to the mound. 2-2.
That's the first real low pitch we've seen from Plumlee.
Vaughn doing a really good job. Fouling off a few pitches. Watches that one miss low. It's 2-2, and she's up in the box a little bit here against Plumlee. 2 away in the inning. Plumlee brings it home. That one gets away from Stewart. Holt takes third base, and now a run at third in a 1-0 ball game, and a 3-2 count to Lauren Vaughn at the plate.
A huge opportunity for Jo Byrns. It's been a great AB for Vaughn, but she's got to stay in there against Plumlee. For the Lady Devils, love to tie the game here in the second.
3 balls, 2 strikes, third batter in this inning. Plumlee rocks and deals. Upstairs, ball 4, runners on the corners for the 9-batter, Paisley Woody.
That's a tremendous at-bat. I mean, just a tremendous at-bat, and she's given them a great start in the circle on the other side, holding the Tigerettes to 1. Now she works deep into the count, gets the walk, gets a runner, and we'll get a big high five on her way back into the dugout.
Runner comes on for Jo Byrns. For Vaughn, who was in the circle, so it'll be a courtesy runner.
Plumlee's just a little bit off right now. And control hasn't quite been there, but she's so good at rallying back immediately. Her mental toughness, maybe her best attribute in the circle.
Paisley Woody steps in for the first time, the 9-batter in the lineup. That one fired in there for strike 1.
She's getting to 1 and 2, and then
just can't put them away.
Yeah, a few foul offs and
that's
battles and walks.
Credit to Jo Byrns.
No doubt.
Here's the 0-1. Swings at the rise ball, and it's 0-2.
And that may be the first swing and a miss she's gotten on the rise ball, and that's usually where Kaylee says, I gotcha, and she can go wherever she wants at 0-2.
First real chase that we have seen the first time through the lineup. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, bottom of 2 in a 1-0 game. Plumlee trying to sit him down. The 0-2. Right down Broadway, called strike 3. 3 strikeouts looking in the inning for Kaylee Plumlee. Strands a couple of base runners, and the lead is still 1-0 in favor of the Tigerettes. This is the Region 4-1A championship game presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1-0 lead for the Tigerettes in the Region 4 Single A Championship game. They won this game last year in tight fashion, 3-2. It took extra innings, but they got the job done. Right now, Jo Byrns is doing a good job themselves as Lauren Vaughn in the circle. Been pretty solid one time through the lineup. Even the run that came across probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, she's been very solid. You're right. It should be 0-0 right now, but Gordonsville capitalized on their opportunities. And that's the thing when you play the Tigerettes. Your margin for error is so low, and that continues. You've had 2 great frames, 5 more to go. It only takes 1 for this lineup, so big spot here with 9-1-2 due up.
Camry Johnson leads it off. That misses for ball 1. You mentioned 9-1-2. Camry Johnson back to the top. Kat Johnson and Kaylee Plumley due up here in the third against Vaughn unless they make a change. Mentioned Vaughn has had 3 starts. She's gone 3 innings, 1 1/3, and 3 innings. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
And the objective right now for Jo Byrns is nobody on, 2 out when you face Kaylee Plumley. If you go 2 up, 2 down here, you get that opportunity.
1-1.
We lost power, but we're back in on the headset, so apologies for that. But the camera's going to take a second to reboot.
That was fun.
They can hear us.
Yeah. Swing and a miss there. And it's 2-2 to Camry Johnson. Leadoff batter here in the top of 3 in a 1-0 ball game.
Just lost power for a second, but we're back.
2-2. Little change-up from Vaughn and able to foul it off as Johnson. Johnson worked the 12-pitch AB against East Robertson earlier this week and was able to drive home the run.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was one of the better at-bats I've ever seen. Just fouling off.
Hit Goose in the process as well.
That's part of why it was incredible. But just foul off, battling, not chasing anything, and then to get the 2 RBI hit.
2-2 coming. Swings at ball 3, and Johnson is sat down. It's now 6 batters retired in a row by Vaughn.
Tell you what Jo Byrns is doing way better than Gordonsville's doing. Not chasing stuff. Gordonsville has chased a whole bunch of pitches up and out of the zone. I think every strikeout she's had so far has been a rise ball up eye level. So little taste of their own medicine right now. Jo Byrns delivering to Gordonsville.
Now the second time through, we'll see if that approach changes a little bit as Kat Johnson is back to the plate. She struck out on a full count. Her first time up, check swing, but it's across for strike 1.
That has not been a strike in the bottom half of innings. Just hasn't been.
She's up in the box again. I don't know, 1 count. Vaughn brings it home. That one's downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you hear coaches say all the time, we need games at home late in the postseason. You do not want to go on the road in the postseason. This is obviously completely out of Gordonsville's control. They won their way here. You're on the road. You got to deal with the things that come along with that.
That one's way upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. And, yeah, you win this game. You host your sub-state round against either Whitwell or South Pitt. You lose, you go on the road. That day to be determined due to that other game in graduation. Could be Friday or Saturday. Here's the 2-1. That one's upstairs. 3 balls and a strike now to Kat Johnson.
We do anticipate that if it is Whitwell against Gordonsville, probably on Saturday at Crump Paris Park, but that is certainly
Which would
not
be
official.
good for us.
Be great for us. That means we'd be there.
If it's Friday, we won't be able to. Comes the 3-1. And that one swung on and fouled off, and it is 3-2 again to Kat Johnson.
And just to my eye, the velocity is up and down with Vaughn, and it's really keeping the Tigerettes off balance as she's lifting the eye level as well. It's been very effective.
Kind of the wildly effective at times as well. Here is the payoff again. That is ball 4 and a base runner aboard with 1 out for the Tigerettes.
Yeah, great job by the young freshman. Kat Johnson sets the table for her counterpart. And we saw this once. Are they going to pitch to her again?
Well, they didn't throw her a strike her first time up. It was a 4-pitch walk.
And 1 out. Okay.
Plumlee watches that one go by for ball 1.
I don't know if there's a situation other than if we walk her, we immediately lose, where I would pitch to this young lady.
And it's fair. There's the 1-0. That one's upstairs, but it gets away from Arnold behind the plate, taking second base, and now with the bag open.
You better walk her.
You probably think about it.
You shouldn't have to think about it here. You got that base empty. Why would you pitch to her?
2-0, she steps back in. Johnson took second as it got past Arnold. Here is the 2-0. It's hit hard out to left, drifting towards foul territory, and it is a foul ball, and then into the fence went the left fielder and Elarisha, and the team running out to her and checking on her. And they're going to tend to her, so we are going to step aside.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Well, Elarisha went diving after it into the fence. She is good to go, back out into left field. Unfortunately, that is the only part on the field that we cannot see on the camera, and we actually can't see it all from the press box from where we're standing.
We have absolutely no view of it, so I'm not just if I turn left, we get to there, and then that's what you get.
Yeah.
So I've had a couple of plays over there, unfortunately.
But she's good to go, and it's a 2-1 count here to Kaylee Plumlee now. Runner on second base is Kat Johnson with 1 away in the top of 3. Vaughn brings it home. That's a foul ball, and it's 2-2.
Listen, this may work out for Jo Byrns, but those last 2 pitches have been timed up pretty well. She's seen a lot of pitches from Vaughn. You've got to be careful.
Dugout's getting loud with a 2-2 count to Plumlee at the plate. Vaughn brings it home. 2-2, hit hard, left side of the infield. That ball through and all the way to the wall. It plates a run. Plumlee into second base easily, and it's an RBI double for Kaylee Plumlee. Tigerettes take a 2-0 lead.
Exactly what you expect out of Kaylee Plumlee. She has the home run power. She can do it, but she's never looking to do too much. Smooth swing, rips it on the ground. It is just the wrong decision always, and teams continually do it. And since we're here covering Gordonsville, we say thank you very much.
She reached the first time on a walk and scored. Her runner scored from first. Callie Underwood comes on to run again. Abby Brinkley steps in for the second time. She singled her last time. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It is a strike. Underwood is going to take third on the stolen base.
And that is aggressive base running by the Tigerettes, sensing an opportunity to maybe get an extra insurance run. You give Kaylee Plumlee 3 in her back pocket. You feel great about your chances. I like the aggressiveness from Coach Bush. Now you don't even have to necessarily get into the outfield to make it 3-0.
So Underwood's at third with 1 out and already a run across. Brinkley swinging away, pops this one up in the infield. Rains at third, makes the catch for out number 2.
That's a great job by Vaughn. And how about the trust being shown as she's nearing her longest outing of the season against the number 1 team in the state. Get into a little bit of trouble. No trip out, no worries, no sweat. Just keep throwing.
It's Bailey Stewart's turn with 2 outs and a runner on third base. The Tigerettes a run across here in the third. They lead 2-0 the Region 4 Single A Championship. Vaughn fires it in. That's ball 1. Tigerettes have won this game last 2 years, 5-0 in 2023. Last year, 3-2 in extras. The 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0.
This is where the depth of the Gordonsville lineup comes into play. You hit the cleanup batter. Obviously, it's a great one with Bailey Stewart right behind her. Thompson had clutch hit after clutch hit. You just got to find a way to get in out somewhere and hopefully hold that runner at the third base bag if you're Jo Byrns.
And after facing the top 3 in the lineup the first time through. She retired 6 in a row, that being Vaughn in the circle. Obviously already scored a run. Another pop-up high in the air towards foul territory. Raines is over there, and I think it went out of play.
It did. And I know it went out of play because the field umpire started looking back at home plate.
That's what I looked at as well.
Yes. It was a good sign that it was not playable.
We have gotten signals today, too.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you very much. They help us tremendously.
2-1 here to Bailey Stewart at the plate. Vaughn brings it home. That's a called strike in the outside corner, 2-2. Runner on third is Underwood. 2 outs in the inning and a 2-2 count to the cleanup batter, Bailey Stewart.
Had a huge extra base hit in the state championship game. Would love one here.
Vaughn delivers. Ball 3. Jo Byrns thought they got the strikeout and out of the inning.
Yeah, they're wrong.
And time called. A rock is on the field. Where'd that come from? Full count here to Stewart at the plate. Payoff. Hit hard by Stewart in the air to left. Back the left fielder at the wall and gone. Bailey Stewart, a 2-run shot, and the Tigerettes lead it 4-0.
Got all of it over the left field fence. Mentioned she had a big extra base hit in the state championship game. That's the best kind of extra base hit, and a couple of more across for the defending champs.
3 runs in the third inning. That one comes with 2 outs, and the cleanup batter comes in the clutch to make it 4-0. And Laura Thompson now coming to the plate with the bases empty.
Nowhere to breathe. Nowhere to breathe against this team, and you still don't have it with Thompson. And the Tigerettes, hey, it's not going perfect. It's not been as dominant as you've been. It's 4-0 in the top of the third. On the road to reach a championship game, you feel pretty good.
Thompson swings at the first pitch she sees, sends it back towards the parking lot. It's 0-1. That was a towering shot from Stewart as well.
We got to see it bird's eye view as it flew past us here in the press box.
Yeah, we're pretty high up here. This is actually the football press box. The football field is directly behind us.
This is how you use space. Then the baseball press box just flips around.
With the greatest outfield of all time, you got to be ready for the hills over on the baseball field. This one swung on and fouled off. It's 0-2.
And how about this for Gordonsville? What do you expect? Anything different? No blink, no problem. Tying run was at third in the last. Oh my goodness! Tigers tied up at 1. They had the lead for 1-0. Now it's 1-1.
This one popped up. First baseman trying to make the play and has it in foul territory. The catch made by Callie Yates. Gets out of the inning, but the Tigerettes get 3 more across. It's a 4-0 lead. We head to the bottom of 3. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship game presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
4-0 lead for the defending state champions here on the road in Cedar Hill. As Plumlee back in the circle. First pitch swinging. It is the top of the lineup again for Jo Byrns. Miley Head back at the plate. She walked her first time and then was thrown out at second base thinking it was going to be caught out in the outfield, and really not a great spot for her to be in no matter what.
Yeah, it was a tough choice for her, but she worked a really good AB her first time up, and now for Jo Byrns, and that's what I'm talking about because that was a strike in the top half. But for Jo Byrns, now you find yourself down 4-0. You feel like you're playing pretty well, but still in a hole, and you got to start clawing your way out, or else it's going to get late in a hurry.
Plumlee has not had her best command today, but still no runs across through the 2 innings. That one misses upstairs, and it's 2-1 here to head. She still has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings as well. Struck out all 3 batters in the second. Backwards Ks.
So as we were saying, Gordonsville and Whitwell, they're in extra innings in game 1 of their sub-state series on the baseball diamond. 1-1 in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. Tigers at the plate, but Whitwell has gone to their number 1 on the mound. We expect him to start game 2. He is going to start game 2. The Tigers trying to run his pitch count up and see if they can steal one in game 1.
They did not score in the top of the 8th, so if Whitwell scores in the bottom of the 8th, they would win that first game. This one fouled up and out of play, and it's 3-2.
And the Tigers were able to get the lead 1-0, then surrendered it in the bottom half of the 7th.
And that player we're talking about, McMurray, pitching right now, going to start that second game because he's already passed 25 pitches. Here's the 3-2. That one never came out clean, and it's another walk drawn by Miley Head.
And it's just kind of reminiscent of the starts we saw for Plumlee last year in her junior season, which is really good, but a little bit wild. You have opportunities to put base runners on, but she's able to work through it. Did it in the last inning. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Able to get big out number 3. We'd love to not get in that situation again and get a quicker half inning, get the bats back up when they're in rhythm.
That is 4 walks issued through 2 innings of play. Second batter up there is Riley Raines. She watches that first one miss upstairs. Strikeout victim her first time up. She was showing bunt the first time as well with Head over at first base. Had no chance to bunt that one. The misses have been high here for Plumlee. Here's the 1-0. That one's right there. A little slap swing into the parking lot as well, and it's 1-1. I think we parked in a good spot today.
Yep. If one gets there, I'd love to see how it happened.
It'd be off of Kaylee Plumlee, that's
and
for
even
sure.
So, it's a long way to go backwards.
Here's the 1-1. Popped up, foul territory, right side, second baseman Roberts there to make the catch for out number 1.
Great job by Kaylin that time because first baseman's going to think, I should get that just off the bat, but she calls her off immediately, has a great beat on it, and makes a nice catch.
So the foul out by Raines will bring Kalia Lucas to the plate. Lucas first time up singled, and that was out to right field, which Head didn't get a good read on, and then she was thrown out at second base thinking it was going to be caught out in right field. So Lucas at the plate for the second time. Here's the first pitch to her, and that one outside for ball 1.
First baseman's best friend is a second baseman that can read a pop fly. That was really nice.
Yes.
And a catcher that can back up a bad throw. Both of those
yes.
really help.
Shorter foul territory here as well in Gordonsville. That one right there for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Petey said he's got his laptop ready to go to Red Bank tomorrow. We'll see you, brother,
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
5 o'clock first pitch.
We'll be there. Central time. 5
Central
o'clock.
time.
Here's the 1-1. Popped up. Johnson from her shortstop spot has it for out number 2.
And look at the middle infielders getting to show off their range a little bit in the infield. That one weakly popped up. And, hey, you got to give Jo Byrns credit. They are making contact on Kaylee Plumlee. Easier said than done, but only one real barrel. It was off of Lucas back on that single.
Yeah, they've got collegiate signees all through their lineup as well in that top half. Hey, now a conversation here for Plumlee and Stewart with Ella Risha coming to the plate. She flew out to right her first time up.
And she's got the power to make it 4-2.
Yeah.
With a line drive left field homer yesterday for her over Clay County.
And you can definitely do it off of Plumlee, but you got to time it up perfectly. And it'll go a long way. We saw that from Baylor Walton. Swinging first pitch and nowhere close to it. It's 0-1.
Hey, but she tried.
She did try.
And now all of a sudden, good rise ball from Kaylee Plumlee. Hadn't had a ton of opportunities for him, but that time able to throw it and gets the swing and a miss. And Risha wisely probably takes a beat, steps out, and tries to regather.
0-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first. Walked the leadoff batter in the inning. Since then, back-to-back outs, and now another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
We haven't seen a ton of just real dominant at-bats for Plumlee today. Sometimes all it takes is one for her to dial it in. 2 great strikes, swung on and miss. See if she can get the third.
Risha steps in with an 0-2 count and a runner on first. 2 away in the bottom of 3. Plumlee delivers. It's a little bit low for ball 1.
I like that pitch, though. Everybody in the ballpark's expecting rise ball up or fastball down the middle. You miss a little bit low. It's a good take by Risha.
Risha will step back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Plumlee. Fouled off. We'll do it again. 4-0 lead for the Tigerettes. Looking for another region championship. On their dominant run they've been on here, especially with Plumlee's been in the circle. Started quite a few years ago now. 1-2. Little late swing, right side of the infield. Flip to first and an easy out for the Gordonsville defense to get out of the inning. They strand another runner. I think that was technically the 3-4 put out in the infield, and they're able to get out of it. Runner stranded, 4-0 lead for the Tigerettes. They're back to the plate. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
You looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Tigerettes back to the plate. It is the top of the 4th in the Region 4 Single A Championship game. My name's Jacob Vincent. That's Noah McKay. You're watching it right here on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel, possibly the NFHS Network. We welcome all of you in. If you're tuned in on Facebook or YouTube, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. You can leave a reaction, like the stream. Make sure you're following the pages wherever you're watching it on. We appreciate you. Today's game presented by Gentry's Power Equipment.
I want to thank the folks here at Jo Byrns. This is great press box here for softball. Appreciate them having us here.
Mackenzie Heron leads it off. That one popped up and out of play for strike 1. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Tigerettes, who brought 3 runs across there in the 3rd. And big reason why, the 2-run shot by Bailey Stewart.
Yeah, you're looking for the finishing shot here if you're going with a couple more across in this half.
Heron, a check swing, did foul it off, and it's 0-2 here. Heron popped out to Woody at second base her first time up. And she is way up in the box, as far as he can be. Vaughn, the 0-2. Outside.
And Gordonsville got themselves into trouble first time through, swinging at a little bit of, for lack of a better word, junk. Not meaning bad pitches, just up and out, chasing things that weren't near the zone. See if they're a little bit better about it here.
This one hit hard. Out to left. Risha came in initially, now tracks back in a step in front of the wall, makes the catch for out number 1.
That ball went a little further than I thought it was going to off the bat. It had a chance to sniff out of here. A good job by Risha to make the adjustment and get out number 1. And Vaughn, where she's been really good, lower half of the order. Mode throw him first time around. Now she's retired 2 straight as well. Nobody 5 down is reached yet for the Gordonsville Tigerettes.
So Callie Dillard will come to the plate to try to change that trend. Looking to the dugout here with 1 out.
And they're calling the game, the pitches from the dugout. Gordonsville just has Stewart behind the dish that does it.
Dillard a ground out to the left side of the infield her first time up. It was a really nice play made by Riley Raines. This one is hammered by Dillard out to left center, and you can kiss that softball goodbye. Callie Dillard, reminiscent of the state championship game last year, puts one out over the left field fence.
The exact same swing that ended the state championship game a year ago. Callie Dillard caught all of it, and that one went over the Jo Byrns softball scoreboard there in left center field.
And this might promote a change, maybe, in the circle. And it looks like it's going to. So a call to the bullpen for Jo Byrns after the solo shot. It's a 5-0 lead for the Tigerettes. Vaughn's day is done. And we're back after this in the Region 4 Single A Championship.
Eminette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring 2 homes on an acre of land in the heart of Cookville. This piece of land is a perfect investment opportunity for developers. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends Saturday, May 17th at 10 a.m. Aminet's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Call to the bullpen for Jo Byrns, and it is their second baseman, Paisley Woody. So again, not one of their top two starters. And Yates or Lucas coming on in relief of Vaughn, who gave up that solo shot to Callie Dillard. And Woody will come on to face Kalen Roberts.
I don't entirely get it, Jacob. We talked about it earlier. We kind of alluded to it, and now we see that it is going to be throwing off and not using your big arms. Kilgore's probably going to be waiting in South Pitt, and you may look back and have some regret if you didn't throw your best two pitchers in a region championship game on your home field.
Well, first strike across there for Woody to Kalen Roberts, who flew out to left her first time up. An update over in Gordonsville Whitwell baseball. Bottom of the eighth, 3-2, 2 outs, and a runner on second base for Whitwell, still in a 1-1 game. That one's upstairs, and it's 1-1 here to Roberts.
And for the Tigers, they would love to force obviously want to win it and throw McMurray. Listen, ideal situation at this point, win that game in 10 innings and burn the number one arm for Whitwell.
Roberts at the plate here with a 1-1 count. That one's outside. 2 balls and a strike from Woody.
And just from watching in warm-ups, if I'm Gordonsville, I'm tempted to stand here and say, throw 3 strikes or I'm going to walk. Just been a little bit out of the zone. That was the miss up. A few of them got behind.
2-1. That one's right there for a called strike, and it's 2-2.
Jo Byrns, you're saying, okay, stand there. Watch me throw strikes.
Bennett is at 92 pitches, so he is well within the 120 max. In the bottom of the 8th. That one's outside, ball 3, and it's a full count here to Kalen Roberts. Roberts steps in. Payoff. Lone inside, it is ball 4, and Kalen Roberts will reach base with a 1-out walk.
Well, we know the Tigerettes. What are they thinking right here, Jacob? 5.
Yeah.
5 more right here, right now, and go throw a couple of innings on the other side and finish this softball game. That's what they're thinking. For Jo Byrns, you don't want that to happen. You got to do something about it. The problem is you're getting closer and closer to some big bats.
9-batter Camry Johnson comes to the plate, showing bunt. Got it back in time. It is ball 1.
And by closer and closer, I mean I'm looking at one right now on deck. And the freshman, Cat Johnson.
Camry Johnson looking down to the play card on her left forearm. Was showing bunt on that first one. She steps back a little bit in the box here. Oh, that one, it hit her helmet or the bat? I think it got her helmet. It did. So that's going to be a hit by pitch. And Camry Johnson will make her way down to first as she tries to hype up the dugout.
So she showed bunt there, but she did pull back. And coach is going to ask, I believe, home plate umpire. But she showed bunt, but did pull back, and that hit her right in the helmet. So it was a hit by pitch, and Whitwell able to walk it off on an error in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Gordonsville gets a great outing out of Colton Bennett. He had a no-hitter near the 7th inning, but Whitwell wins 2-1. They have McMurray on the other side with still quite a few pitches in Game 2. The Tigers have to win it to force a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow night at Whitwell.
McMurray threw 26 pitches, so he has a little bit less than 100 coming up in Game 2 in that one. Here's the first pitch into Cat Johnson. That one's low and inside, ball 1.
And that last pitch, by the way, is why you wear a helmet. Yeah. It tends to help.
The goose is loose in Cedar Hill.
You want to take a headset? I'll take that camera.
The whole UCR crew is out here today. And we've got a stoppage. First base coach checking something.
The towel was hanging down, and so there was something about that.
Okay.
Equipment issue.
So it's been 3 straight batters reaching. Solo shot, walk, and a hit by pitch. Obviously, the pitching change in between to Woody. She's in the circle now. Kat Johnson at the plate. That one's a called strike, and it's 1-1. 5-0 lead for the Tigerettes. And again, the big dogs for Jo Byrns have not thrown in this game in Yates and Lucas, and it doesn't appear that they're going to.
Nope. Be stunned if they would at this point.
1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike, and you really don't want to load the bases with Kaylee Plumlee on deck.
If you do that, it's probably about to be 9-0. So definitely don't want to do that if you're Jo Byrns. And then behind her, hit a home run the last time up. So a little blooper there, tipped off the glove of Lucas, and Gordonsville had to hold up. So they're going to end up getting the lead runner out of it. That one just tipped off the glove of Kalia Lucas. And wisely able to make the throw down. Nothing that the runner can do there from second. She has to wait, thinking it's going to be caught to avoid a double play. So good job there for Jo Byrns to get the second out.
Sorry, I was trying to find an update on South Pittsburgh softball.
It's okay, they didn't know it, but then you told them. So there you go.
Here's Plumlee to the plate, swings at the first pitch she sees and fouls that one off. It's 0-1.
It's not like I've never done play-by-play in my life, Jacob, but okay. And this is a mistake. They should walk her and load the bases. It is another mistake. Maybe they'll get away with it.
That one's upstairs, and it's 1-1. South Pitt has already beaten Whitwell tonight, 2-1.
How many strikeouts Kilgore have in that game?
12.
Kind of like Kaylee Plumlee. That's a low amount for her.
So the winner of this game will face Whitwell. Loser will go on the road to South Pitt. Day to be determined. That one's fouled off, and it's 1-2 here to Plumlee. That one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh.
Late read and trying to get around the tag and able to do so. What a slide by Camry Johnson at third base.
What a slide is right, because that throw beat her by 4 or 5 steps, but she's able to Houdini her way around the tag and get in safely, and now Walker.
Kind of the late decision there. It is 2-2 here with 2 outs. That one's upstairs, gets away to the backstop, and again, Johnson a late read, and then Kat Johnson from second was halfway to third, had to get back, and everybody's safely at second and third. 3-2 to Kaylee Plumlee with 2 outs and runners on second and third in a 5-0 ball game. Plumlee steps up in the box against Paisley Woody in the circle. Woody brings it home. Ball 4, bases loaded for Abby Brinkley.
The one problem with my grand idea of walking Kaylee Plumlee is you bring Abby Brinkley to the plate, and she can hit for power as well, and then right behind her is Bailey Stewart.
She's 1 for 2 today, popped out to third base her last time. She singled back in the first. The lefty Brinkley will step in against the righty Woody in the circle. That one gets away from Arnold, trying to score. Johnson slides in underneath the tag. Throw gets away. Here comes Kat Johnson. She slides in safely. 2 runs across. And the Tigerettes lead 7-0.
Exactly what you would expect out of the Tigerettes. They had a couple of indecisive moves on the base paths that time. Gets away. Aggressiveness coming home. Then another misplay for Jo Byrns. An error in the field. And the second one slides in. And that is why they are so dangerous. It's not just the power. It's not just the pitching. They're so smart on the base paths as well.
And it's 1-0 to Abby Brinkley. And Callie Underwood in the whole process there moved all the way up to third base. So everybody moving up a couple of bats.
Hey, you want some dominance? I'm going to give you a dominant score update after this one.
The 1-0. Right down Broadway for strike 1.
The Region 4 3A tournament. Middle 5, DeKalb County 10, Lawrence County nothing.
Goodness.
Tigerettes rolling to a home sub-state game.
That one gets away from Arnold again. What a read by Underwood. Read it right out of the glove, or out of the hand of Woody. And she comes home to score the 8th run of the game for the Tigerettes.
Yeah, and she's been bouncing over there, kind of getting that big lead after the throw. And as soon as it tipped off the glove, she was gone. No chance to get her, and this has just been a clinic for Gordonsville.
Well, now the bases are empty, but it's still a 2-1 count here to Abby Brinkley. She came to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs. All 3 runners have scored, and she has not swung the bat.
That works. By the way, there's a question. That DeKalb game is live with our friends over the Exports Network down in Lawrence County. Do a great job. Yep. It is Lawrence County stream, but they do a tremendous job there, so you can check that out if you're looking for DeKalb County, as they are hoping to put up a 0 in the bottom half and secure a run rule victory and get a region title.
Tigerettes trying to do the same thing. They need 2 more runs. Obviously, in the 5th. They could get 4 more runs here in the 4th, but would still have to play at the bottom of the inning. That one's downstairs, and it's 3-1 here to Abby Brinkley. Bailey Stewart's on deck. She ripped a 2-run shot her last time up.
And you are seeing why. I think, and I'm well-founded in this, this is the best softball team in this state regardless of class. A clinic right now by the Tigerettes.
Brinkley swings at it, pops it up. Rains giving chase, but she runs out of room. It's a foul ball, and it's 3-2 now to Abby Brinkley.
And they've tested themselves. They faced good 2A, Division II teams, 2A teams, 3A teams, 4A teams. They've beaten everybody that they've played. The one team that beat them, they got revenge against them. They're on a 25-game winning streak, and they're flexing their muscles right now here on the road in the region championship game.
Ball 4 to Abby Brinkley. She reaches base with 2 outs, and Bailey Stewart coming to the plate. That is the 3rd walk issued by Paisley Woody, and she has faced 6 batters.
And this is just a really tough spot for this young lady. She's battling out there. She's throwing pitches, but she has not thrown these types of hitters this season, and so she's out there just trying to find ways to get it across the plate. And the problem is Gordonsville, they've adjusted. They were swinging a lot of pitches out of the zone early. They're not doing that right now.
Bailey Stewart at the plate, ahead 1-0. And again, the decision to not throw Lucas or Yates or both of them in this game, that's something they've done all season. They went back and forth against Clay County with Lucas and Yates, and they have not thrown either of them. Started with Vaughn and have gone to Woody, who have not thrown that many innings this year. Here's the 1-1. Stewart puts it out of play, 1-2.
Well, and here's the thing for Jo Byrns. What's going to end up happening?
Whew. Yeah.
A 2-hour and 30-minute drive by car to South Pittsburgh
to face another really, really talented pitcher. That one's upstairs, gets away from Arnold again. Brinkley takes second base. She'll be held up there. They get stuck in the net.
Believe so.
They threw the hands up in the air like it was a dead ball, so I'm guessing so. It is 2-2 here to Bailey Stewart with 2 outs and a runner on second base.
Don't make a big mistake here.
Woody brings it home. Right side of the infield. That ball through, sending Brinkley from third. Throw comes to first. Not even close there, and the run scores. It's 9-0.
Another great AB, and just an absolute clinic right now by these Tigerettes. A great job by Bailey Stewart. Puts it on the ground, right through the infield. No problem. No chance of a throw home. It's not a bad decision to try and just throw to the cutoff. And now you're looking for one more for Gordonsville. You'd love 3 more here, but 1 more will get you to a magic number.
9-0 lead right now. It was 4-0 coming into this inning. It was 1-0 after 2 innings of action. 3 runs across in the 3rd, 5 across already here in the 4th. And now Laura Thompson comes to the plate. 0 for 2 so far. Has not been 0 for 2 too many times. This, especially in the last few weeks. She's got a runner on first in Paisley Underwood, who came on to run for Bailey Stewart. That one's upstairs, 1-0. This is also the 9th batter in the inning for the Tigerettes.
Right now, Jacob, this is a clinic. This is a team that has given them an even better hand than they entered with, and they are putting on a show.
1-0.
Wow.
Upstairs again and taking second base. Hard turn by Underwood. She'll stay there at second. Runner in scoring position for Laura Thompson, and a 2-0 count. And is it going to be a change again?
I mean, what's the point at this point?
They started Vaughn, they've gone to Woody, and now looking around, and we might have another call to the bullpen for Jo Byrns. It's going to be that way. It looks like they're going out to the right fielder in Miley Head. When we come back, this is the Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Hamonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring prime pieces of land near Center Hill Lake. 6 individual lots could be yours in the coveted Silver Point Resort Lake community. You can bid on these properties at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on these online-only auctions ends Thursday, May 15th at 10 a.m. Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
It's another call to the bullpen for Jo Byrns. They go to their right fielder, Miley Head, who is into the circle now. Third pitcher used today, and is going to face Laura Thompson in the middle of the AB. Now it's 3-0 as that is a ball across. And a runner on second base with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. 5 runs across already for the Tigerettes. 3-0. Outside, and Underwood is going to take third base as well. So now it's runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Mackenzie Herron coming to the plate after the walk.
And this is a level of dominance where you go against a team that has been kind of your biggest postseason rival over the past several years, and they say, we're not even going to throw our arms today. We're good on that.
Herron at the plate.
Maybe next time, but not right now. I mean, that is we'll go on the road because you can't tell me that you're not going to throw any of your 2 best arms and expect to win the softball game. So they willingly said we'll go on the road.
There's the 1-0. That one's downstairs. 2-0. Mackenzie Herron led off this inning with the deep fly ball, a step in front of the left field fence.
I almost sent it out of here.
And we're going to have another change.
We're going back. So back to Vaughn.
It's the region.
Well, we'll stay here.
Okay.
Let's stay here. Why not?
So Lauren Vaughn, who started the game in the circle, Head came on and she threw 4 pitches, all balls, and goes right back out to right field.
What's going through your mind right now, Jacob?
What are we doing?
That's a great question. I share that sentiment.
It is 3-0 to Mackenzie Herron.
Is it 3-0 or 2-0?
Well, they've got 3-0 on the board. I think it's 2-0.
I think it's 2-0 as well.
We'll find out here in a second. That's a strike. It was dropped out of the glove, meaning that it was low.
Was not a strike.
So 1 strike to Mackenzie Herron. That one hit right side of the infield. Nice glove at first and stepping on the bag to finally get out of the inning. The Tigerettes lead 9-0. This is the Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home located in the quaint Magnolia Creek subdivision. Explore tiny home living in this 1,008 square foot home. Built in 2023, this kitchen has all stainless steel appliances and beautiful countertops. This home has a back porch, carport, and extra storage room. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Islands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
9-0 lead getting going here in the bottom of the fourth. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Jo Byrns, Faith Holt, Callie Yates, and McKinley Arnold against Kaylee Plumley in the circle. Plumley 4 strikeouts today. Has been a little bit more contact from Jo Byrns. There's a strike across, and it's 0-1 to Holt, who walked her first time up to lead off the second inning. The 0-1.
Oh!
Stewart about made a tremendous play on the pop-up bunt, but it's the second strike of the AB, and 0-2.
And really, you think about this game. Obviously, there's a lot of things we could say, but Kaylee Plumlee has not been her most dominant, and they're up 9-0 with a chance to get to the run rule in the next half inning, and it's not in doubt at all who's going to win the softball game. It's a testament to the dominance of the Tigerettes.
The 0-2, the rise ball misses upstairs.
And so is everything else, because this just screams, I don't know what the adjective is, whether it's just overthinking, whatever it is, but Gordonsville has Jo Byrns in a blender right now. I mean, an absolute blender.
Beat him 11-1 in 5 innings in the championship last year. 9-0 right now here on their home field. This one fouled up towards us. It'll stay 1-2.
And the only thing I kind of struggle to understand is why change pitchers at all? If it's just a, hey, let's see if we can get lucky, but we're not gonna show anything. I get that, but why change it all? Because Vaughn's throwing pretty well in the innings she's been able to throw. Gotten in a little trouble, what everybody does against this lineup.
And that one misses outside, 2-2. And again, I go back to Yates and Lucas have been really good this year, both of them.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have to go on the road to beat Kilgore, who might be even better.
Well, and we expected this to be a pretty competitive game. I mean, come on now. That's been a strike in the top half of every inning in this game so far. That's got to be one for Kaylee Plumlee on the other side. Come on now.
3-2. Plumlee delivers. Fouled off again.
But we've talked, Jacob, about how this is a Gordonsville team that has the potential to run rule every game in the postseason. And maybe the one we thought wouldn't be that way was this game.
Yep.
Not anymore.
They did every game in the state tournament last year, all 4 of them. Is that one? This is for ball 4. Second time Faith Holt has walked. It is the 5th walk of the day issued by Kaylee Plumlee and a base runner aboard for Callie Yates.
I will say this for Kaylee Plumlee. It's tough when you have to throw 5 strikes to get a strikeout.
Yeah. It has been a tight zone when she has been in the circle.
I'm glad you added the second part.
Yates, a big swing, fouls that one up and out of play.
And it's been a good approach for Jo Byrns at the plate really this entire game. But they haven't had an opportunity defensively to show what they're capable of today.
Yates struck out looking her first time up on a 3-2 count. And had a runner on first in Faith Holt. Here's the 0-1. Strike across, 0-2. Five runs across for the Tigerettes in the top of the 4th. They lead 9-0. They'll need one more run coming up in the top half of the 5th to try to end this game a little bit early as that one gets away from Stewart on the rise ball. It's 1-2 now to Yates, and Holt takes second base again.
And they have done a great job of not offering at the rise ball in this one. The fastball has been the best pitch for Plumlee. We'll see if she goes back to it here.
Yates trying to get something on the board for the Lady Red Devils here in the region championship. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat right side. Roberts there. Throw to first and gets the out in time. It does move the runner up to third base in Faith Holt, but with one out.
She was swinging before the ball ever left the hand of Plumlee. Got the weak roller and a nice play in the infield, but does the job for Jo Byrns as they try to break the shutout.
So anything to the outfield will score the first run of the game, but that is easier said than done against Kaylee Plumlee in the circle. McKinley Arnold steps in, a strikeout victim her first time up looking. The lefty fires it in, and that is right there for a called strike one.
And the fastball has been really good for Plumlee. It's just been the rise ball that's been a little bit more wild. She's dotted up with the heater.
So we mentioned the updates. DeKalb County was up 10-0 on Lawrence County. That is on the road at Lawrence County in their region championship in 3A.
Lawrence County is right down the middle for ball one, rather. Lawrence County is sick of seeing Upper Cumberland teams in the postseason.
Yes.
Absolutely sick of it. It doesn't matter the sport, the school. They are sick of it.
Gordonsville did fall to Whitwell 2-1 in the 8th. in game number 1. They'll play game number 2 coming up shortly if they haven't already started. That one across for strike 2 on the swing and a miss. And they will have to face one of the best pitchers in the state in McMurray. Although he has only under 100 pitches to do so, he may only need that many. He's pretty good. Plumlee 1-2 with 1 out. Gets away from Stewart. Big bounce back, and the first run of the game will score for Jo Byrns.
Yeah, heads up base running there. There's been a few balls behind today, and they're able to jump on it and put one on the board, cut it to 8.
That one did miss for ball 2. It is 2-2 here to McKinley Arnold. And now nobody on with 1 out. So the first run that Plumlee has allowed since the home run by Baylor Walton in the district tournament championship game. And that one pops out of the mid of Stewart for ball 3.
Been a few getting away from Bailey Stewart today.
It's coming in there quick.
It is. She'll be ready at the next level to catch whoever she's catching for. I know that.
3-2 here to Arnold. Was ahead 0-2. Plumlee. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 5 of them on the day for Kaylee Plumlee.
Yeah, that's where Kaylee Plumlee says, gotcha. Brought that fastball outside, no chance to touch it. It's the wave and the miss. And for Gordonsville here, not the one across, you want to stop playing with your food. I'm going to come out here and take care of business, get 2 in the top half of the 5th, and finish it. You don't want this little hanging around, ends up being a 7-run game where you play 7 innings. Go ahead and put it away.
So coming to the plate will be Lauren Vaughn. Walked her first time up back in the 2nd inning. Swings at the first pitch, grounder right side. Roberts there, flip to first, and that is a quick inning for Kaylee Plumlee. A run does come across. It's 9-1 Gordonsville. We head to the 5th with the Tigerettes coming to the plate in the Region 4 Single A Championship, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
It's a 9-1 lead for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. It is the top of the 5th here in Cedar Hill. My name's Jacob Vincent. That's Noah McKay. The Tigerettes on the doorstep of winning another region championship game. I mean, it has been an absolutely dominant run for this Tigerettes squad here these last 4 or 5 years.
It's an absolute dynasty, and they're looking to add a 3-peat. That's very tough to do. It's a short list of teams that have won 3 consecutive softball state championships. And the bad news for everybody else, including Jo Byrns, is despite losing what they lose next year, which is a couple of big seniors, they're going to be really, really good, led by a core of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors who will be back again next year.
Yeah, Kaylee Plumlee, Abby Brinkley, and Bailey Stewart all departing, but still bring back quite a bit. That first pitch across is a strike. It is Lauren Vaughn back in the circle to start it here in the 5th.
And I don't know why they went away from Lauren Vaughn. I don't, because she was throwing well. She started getting tagged up a little bit, but she's the only one who's pitched against these top lineups. And
Dillard just hit her second bomb of the game. Solo shot for Callie Dillard, and it's a 2-home-run day.
That ball was tomahawked out of here down the left field line. Callie Dillard likes playing Jo Byrns, Jacob. That ball was tattooed out of here.
Second solo shot of the day as well, and had to wait a second because it was nearing that foul pole. But it was indeed a solo shot. It was hammered.
We heard that thing flying by here, and that thing was crushed out of here.
That gets the run back
Holy
that they gave up
cow.
in the bottom of the 4th. It's 10-1. First pitch swinging is Kalen Roberts and fouls it off.
It may be the angle, but that ball took off.
Oh, it was crushed.
Out of here.
2 solo shots for Callie Dillard today. Again, that's the 7th batter in the lineup. That one's outside from Vaughn, 1-1.
That's called ambush right there. Just first pitch you like. Huge swing.
Yeah, on 0-1. No less.
Gracious.
Here's the 1-1 to Roberts. That is outside. 2 balls and a strike. So the Tigerettes are looking for one more run, at least.
So are the commentators. And the journalists.
We got to drive back. And then more baseball tomorrow down at Red Bank. That one misses inside, 3-1. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Upperman taking on Red Bank.
I heard there's a really nice golf course on the way to Red Bank. It's the kind of trouble I can get into out there. A lot of it, if it's me on a golf course. A lot.
3-1. Misses for ball 4, and Kalen Roberts draws her second walk of the day.
Sorry, I meant work meeting that we have to have. That's apologies. One more for Gordonsville. Really, I'd like 2. Get a little insurance on the run rule.
That is the 3rd walk of the day issued by Vaughn. Advancing to second base is Roberts.
And listen, for Gordonsville, if your opponent gives you a gift, take it. This is exactly what they're doing right now. They're taking the gift, not having to face one of the top 2 arms on the other side, kick the door down, win the softball game, and move on to a home sub-state game.
Camry Johnson at the plate, showing bunt, able to get it back in time, and it's 2-0 now to the 9 batter in the lineup for the Tigerettes.
I would be very curious to hear the rationale for some of the moves today.
Gonna hold my tongue.
Probably a good idea. I'm starting to nod if you couldn't tell.
2-0 here to Johnson.
Okay.
That one's across for a strike, and it's 2-1. Johnson was hit off the top of the helmet her last time.
That's one of those top half strikes. Bottom half balls, top half strikes.
That one misses for ball 3.
And Gordonsville, listen, it was a struggle first time through the lineup. Only got the 1 run across. It was really gifted to them.
Yeah.
But the second time through, they started to time it up, and then where it started into a carousel with a lot of the walks, and they have done what they do, which is hit a couple of deep shots out of here.
3-1 here to Johnson. Shows bunt, slaps at it, doesn't get it down. It goes to 3-2 now with nobody out and a runner on second base here in the 5th.
And by a couple of deep shots, Callie Dillard destroyed that ball.
Both of them.
Yeah, one was over the scoreboard. The other one was over the tower.
That one misses for ball 4, and it's runners on first and second for the leadoff batter in Cat Johnson.
And by the tower, I mean literally the giant AT&T tower. We know it's not a Verizon tower.
It's not Verizon.
The AT&T tower that's sitting in center field.
If it's Verizon, it's...
We're okay on Verizon, but it's definitely not as strong as the AT&T on Goose's Fun.
Cat Johnson has scored a couple of times today. She has walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out. There we go. We're going to make up a word.
Words.
Struck it out.
You learned that at the old place you were at? To be honest, you're more likely to learn that here.
Nice catch there by Arnold. It's 2-0 to Johnson. Kaylee Plumley is on deck, and there's nobody out here in the 5th.
And we just
bad
did
news for Jo Byrns.
We just did a little exploration into Whitwell. The Tigerettes are going to the state tournament.
Johnson swings at this one, sends it into foul territory left side, and a foul ball.
They got to go play the game, of course, and they got to play well. They're going to go back to the state tournament.
7-13 are the Lady Tigers of Whitwell.
Which is why this game was important to win.
Yes. Johnson flares this one out to right. That one off the end of the mitt and down. It is a foul ball.
It's a great effort there. That ball was dropping in what I call the Bermuda Triangle right there and able to tip it off the glove but not into the middle of it, and it's new life for Johnson.
So 2-2 now to Cat Johnson. Head got a great read on it, just couldn't quite get it.
Haven't seen the power for Kat here in the past couple of weeks. She's got it.
Reaches base quite a bit, obviously.
She has the power in there. Spot. I think it's 6 home runs on the season for her.
Here's the 2-2. Hits this one hard down the line, and that is a fair ball, scoring 1 run as Roberts comes across. And it's first and second for Kaylee Plumley with nobody out and a 10-run lead for the Tigerettes.
Great piece of hitting there for Johnson. Nice level swing, sends it out into left field. And again, that's what these Tigerettes do. 1 through 9 in the lineup. They're just putting it in play, and sometimes they connect, and it goes a long way.
Kaylee Plumley's at the plate. That one misses for ball 1. She has reached 3 times. She has scored, her runner has scored 3 runs.
3-run shot. Spoiler alert. If she gets one across the plate. Or not.
Popped up. In the infield, Rain's there and has it for out number 1.
All right, Kaylee, you usually make me look real smart, but we got a little beef on that one. It's a good out for Jo Byrns.
So the first out of the inning, it does bring Abby Brinkley to the plate with runners on first and second and still just 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
It's fun having unbelievably elite players where you can just say stuff like that and it ends up being right a lot. Yeah, I look so smart.
First pitch to Brinkley is right there for a called strike.
It has nothing to do with my ability to predict anything. It's just, man, they're really, really good.
We also can see trends.
Yes.
When we see teams so often. Here's the 0-1. Brinkley hits it hard, out to left. Risha, good jump, makes the catch for out number 2.
Promise it was a good catch. Sorry that we don't have a good angle on it, but Risha, she's shown a lot of range there in left field. She went into the fence earlier, wore it no problem, and that time able to make the catch, and back-to-back outs against 2 really good hitters for Jo Byrns.
Yeah, 2 away now, and bringing it to the plate will be Bailey Stewart, who she's been pretty solid today. A 2-run shot and an RBI single has driven in 3 and scored a run. Runners on first and second with 2 away. That one's up and out. So, rest of the week, tomorrow and Friday, Upperman baseball down at Red Bank. Possibly 2 games Friday. There's also weather on Friday. Someone's in there for a ball to Stewart. And then, sounds like it might be Saturday with Gordonsville playing Whitwell on Saturday. Game time to be determined. That a chance to go back to the state tournament. Here's the 2-0 to Stewart. Fouls it off, 2-1. 5 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, 4 o'clock Central Time on Friday, and then they would turn around and play a game 2 if needed.
Spring Fling right around the corner starts on Tuesday. Murfreesboro, all across Rutherford County, really.
Yeah, a little bit earlier this year.
Hopefully not as warm.
Yeah. This one is hammered down the line. That's a fair ball. Another one going to come across for the Tigerettes. Into third base safely is Johnson, and it's an RBI double for Bailey Stewart.
Bailey Stewart's having herself a day at the plate. All these Tigerettes are. Again, another great swing into left field and hitting for power. A little bit hobbled is Johnson over there. She slid in, but trying to shake it off. Another run across for the Tigerettes, adding insurance to that run rule.
So Stewart has reached base 3 times. She has driven in 4 runs. And we'll get Paisley Underwood to come on to run 4 her here. With Laura Thompson coming to the plate with 2 away. And runners at second and third in a 12-1 game.
Clinical effort for the Tigerettes tonight. Just professional, clinical effort.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to give you the win,
100%.
go ahead and take it.
I mean, and that is what it is. I mean, you got an opponent
There's no other way to look
they
at
did
it.
not give you their best shot, not even close to it. And you said, thank you very much, take the region title back home.
And listen, that's no shot at Lauren Vaughn.
No.
But Yates and Lucas are 2 really good pitchers going to play at the next level.
I'll go the other way. I've been really impressed with Lauren Vaughn.
Yeah.
This is a tough spot for her to be in. She's been in and out. She's come in. She's done a nice job. She's mixed up her pitches. First time through the order, she was great. I actually didn't hate the strategy first time through. Just thought there you go to a change maybe to one of your top 2.
Correct.
And keep it off balance that way. Maybe you throw the 3 of them. That makes a lot of sense. What we saw did not.
Thompson watches that one, and it is a strike across now 3-1.
And it is a little frustrating because you want to see the most competitive
the
region
best.
championship game you can have, and this is a really talented Jo Byrns team.
Popped up in the infield, catch made by Yates over at first, gets out of the inning, but more runs across, 3 of them for the Tigerettes in the inning. And Jo Byrns has to score or this game is over. They need at least 2. You're watching the Region 4 Single A Championship presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
(12-1) lead for the Gordonsville Tigerettes in the Region 4 Single A Championship game. Final chance for Jo Byrns here on their home field. 9-1-2. Paisley, Woody, Miley Head, and Riley Rains. It has been clinical, like you've said, in this contest today for the Tigerettes. One run across for Jo Byrns. That's a swing, but it's a foul ball, and it caught her in the hand. That is not going to feel good.
I think it actually caught her in the chest. Maybe a little both, because she turned right into that, and that hurts badly. So she can take her time and gives us an opportunity, be clinical. And what this is what happens when you're concerned about yourself. And that's what Gordonsville is. Gordonsville at their best, there's not a single A team in this state that can beat them. Quite frankly, I don't think there's a single A team in the state that can play with them at their best. So when you're focused on you, it doesn't really matter who the other team throws in the circle. You just go out with the same mentality. It's the same mentality we saw against East Robertson, same mentality we've seen in the regular season. Go out and handle your business, control what you can control, and my goodness, that is a tough AB.
Hitting the hand on a swing, hitting the helmet, and now taking a trip down to first is Paisley Woody.
That's not a fun at-bat.
So she's going to take her time over at first base.
It's a tough young lady. She got a smile on her face. Like to see that.
It does flip it back to the top for Miley Head.
Jo Byrns is a very talented softball team.
Again, this game last year went to extra innings, and Gordonsville had to walk it off to win 3-2 in the 8th. I just do not understand.
Yeah, me too. We're on this. We see a lot in this business. This one is
throwing off in a region championship makes no sense.
A head scratcher. In single A, where you got to go 2.5 hours.
Yeah, now you got to go play Kaylee Kilgore, who is pretty darn good
really
that we
good.
saw last year. At the plate is Miley Head. She has walked a couple of times.
Got to be careful.
Surprised Stewart didn't throw that one down. There's a runner on for Woody over at first.
Jo Byrns needs 2 to stave off the run roll here in the bottom of the 5th.
That one up and out of play, 1-1.
And you see it tonight from in the batter's box for Jo Byrns. The approach has been good. They've been on the base paths. They have a run across first time in a couple of games that a run has come across.
And the other part to that, Plumlee has not been dominant.
Nope.
5 walks, only 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, probably going to be her season low.
This one off the end of the bat.
Good play.
Picked up at first by Dillard, steps on the bag and gets the out there.
Callie Dillard's having herself a game. That was a really tough play. The weak roller is kind of spinning away, and she has to go to the backhand, able to grab it, win the race to the bag. That's a really good play for the first baseman.
Riley Rains will come to the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout so far today. She's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Noah mentioned it. They need 2 runs across to extend this game, with an 11-run advantage right now for the Tigerettes. First pitch from Plumlee. Outside, ball 1.
And really, for Gordonsville, you don't really care about the runner at second. You're just trying to find a way to get a couple of more outs here and finish it. Even if one comes across, it doesn't matter.
There's power in this lineup. for Jo Byrns. So if a mistake were to be made, it would be in this part. That's a strike across, 1-1. Especially with Kalia Lucas and Elarisha coming up.
And with Plumlee today, it's not that she's been bad. She
No.
hasn't at all. She's been really good. Fastball has been her best pitch over and over again. Jo Byrns has seen that rise ball pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Check
that's a great
swing.
pitch.
She did go.
Absolutely.
And it's 1-2.
I don't know what the groan is for from this fans because that is absolutely a strike.
It's an offer. 1-2. Yeah, and I think the big difference is Jo Byrns has been able to lay off that rise ball. And she gets a lot of swings and misses on it. Here comes the 1-2 to Rains. Pops it up and out of play. Stay at 1-2. We'll try it again. They need more softballs. And too many home runs and too many foul balls.
There's been a few home runs. The Tigerettes have put a few charges into softballs today.
2 of them by Callie Dillard, 1 by Bailey Stewart. Mackenzie Herron hit 1 to the fence.
And the last one was a nuclear strike.
Yes. Rain steps in, the 1-2 again. Way out in front of it. And another strikeout for Kaylee Plumlee. She's now got 6 and 2 outs in the inning.
I think that was the changeup from Kaylee Plumlee. She didn't throw it very much, but that thing was ratcheted way down. Either way, it was slower than what our typical fastball is, and you got that swing way out in front of it.
Kalia Lucas steps in, 1 for 2 today with a single and a pop out. 2 outs and a runner on second base. And she absolutely has power to put it out of here. That one is right there for strike 1, though.
That ball was the definition of a fastball for Kaylee Plumlee. That right there is the hardest pitch in single-A softball. Let me rephrase. That's the hardest pitch in Tennessee high school softball right there. You just saw it.
There's the 0-1. Swings at it low and away, and it's 0-2 now to Lucas.
She's throwing the changeup right now, Jacob. She just do it again. She pumped the brakes on that one. Watch out.
Now you can go anywhere. You can go fastball, changeup, or rise ball on 0-2 in the region championship. Plumlee brings it home. Right down Broadway. Got her to look at it. It's another region title for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. Final score, 12-1.
Another dominant effort for the Gordonsville Tigerettes, and you see it. They're excited, but it's nothing overdone. It's nothing crazy. They've got bigger goals than this, but what do? They come on the road today, handle business against their postseason rival, and for the second straight game against Jo Byrns, ended in 5 on the run roll.
The Gordonsville Tigerettes improved to 33-1 on the season. They are region champs again, and they will host their sub-state game against Whitwell, most likely on Saturday. We do not know that for a fact. 12-1 victory today. According to Gordonsville's game changer, they say no hits for Jo Byrns. We believe Kalia Lucas had a hit.
Yes.
There was a hit out in the right field back in that first inning. So a one-hitter for Kaylee Plumlee, who again was pretty solid. The five innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts in the circle at the plate. All kinds of good days. Bailey Stewart, 3 for 4, a 2-run shot in there, 4 runs batted in and a run scored. Callie Dillard, 2 solo shots today, 2 for 3, 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. It's going to be a tough decision for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Day.
I saw Callie Dillard explode a softball in front of my face. She's going to be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. 2 long balls for her. She made that nice play at first as well. She is a great bat for this Tigerettes team. Helps propel them to another championship. You could always go with Kaylee Plumlee, but that ball was tomahawked. And as soon as she hit it, I went, she's going to be the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game.
So Callie Dillard, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game, 2 solo shots today and starting to turn into the Jo Byrns killer in the postseason. We'll see if it happens again, maybe next week.
If Kaylee Plumlee keeps throwing that changeup, Thanos just got another Infinity Stone right there for the Gordonsville Tigerettes.
Next up for the Gordonsville Tigerettes, Friday or Saturday, we've been hearing, and maybe on Saturday due to graduation against the Whitwell Lady Tigers. Game time to be determined as well. Final score today, though, 12-1. Jo Byrns will try to keep their season alive. They will go on the road to South Pitt and face a very tough pitcher in Kaylee Kilgore. We will be down at Red Bank, Upperman playing there tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock Central Time start time. Friday, 4 o'clock Central Time start time. They'll turn around and play a game 3 if needed, depending on what happens in those first 2. And then if Gordonsville does play on Saturday, we'll be there for that one as well. Michael Lindsay, he was out here today. Make sure you tune in to UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the game story, photos, recap.
Elsewhere in the Upper Cumberland, DeKalb County wins 11-1 tonight at Lawrence County. They will host Lenoir City in Class 3A sectional round sub-state action on Saturday in Smithville.
Gordonsville baseball fell in Game 1 today, 2-1 to Whitwell. Currently, they are in Game 2, and they were up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. So that's going to do it for us. For Michael Lindsay,